What is going on, guys? I am the FT Guru, bringing to you guys another episode of my fantasy sports podcast. I know it's been a little bit since I've had a video, but starting off the new week and had a great day yesterday, so let's dive right into things tonight. It's a bit of a tough slate, so I definitely thought I should make a video to help all you guys out there. So we have 6 games tonight. There's some injuries we're still waiting on, so it's kind of hard to make a video without knowing the status of guys, but I can show you guys who is questionable and who's going to benefit if certain guys are out, and just steer you in the right direction in terms of which guys to be looking at tonight. Before we jump into anything, I saw a really funny video today. Barstool posted it. I don't know if you guys seen it, but a Pelicans fan, again, when the Pelicans played the Rockets a couple nights ago, Pelicans fan put on a hoodie. That's been the new thing this year. Players warming up in these sporting jackets, but they have hoods on them. So this fan put on a hood to try to disguise himself, but you can clearly tell just by his shooting form and his whole body that he's just not an athlete, and it's hilarious. You guys should see this. The funniest thing about this is that he doesn't even end up getting kicked out. You'll see in a second. It's such a bad shot. The security guy brings him over and just sits him down. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, I literally can't believe that video. The funny thing is that he has such good seats and he risks being thrown out. I mean, that's right at the beginning of the game. Those seats are really expensive. So if he were to get thrown out, that'd be a really huge waste of money. But it looks like he just got sat back down. This was one of the funnier videos I've seen in a while. But jumping right into things, tonight, I really like the first game. I like the Hornets and Pacers game. I think there's a lot of value here, starting off with Darren Collison at 5,500. Collison has been a guy who's been pretty consistent over the past couple of weeks. His price has stayed around 5,500, and he's been producing really well. If you look at his game log, it's really, really consistent. He scores over 20 fantasy points every game. He even has shown that upside of scoring 51. So Collison's a really good play at point guard tonight for either cash or GPP, so keep an eye on him. Another point guard you could look at, he's a little bit riskier, is TJ McConnell. He is cheap. He should see minutes up towards 20 tonight. He's going to be low owned. He only needs like 20, 22 fantasy points to reach value. You don't need to play him, but he's a guy you should keep in mind. Based on injuries, we know Marcus Smart is out, so we gotta wait on news on Terry Rozier. He's a game-time decision. He's a pretty good play. He's gonna have a lot of minutes. The first game without Smart, he played 24 minutes. He could be a good play. Jeff Teague has an ankle injury. He's game time if he's out. Tyus Jones could be a really good play at 3,800. He saw a bulk of minutes when Teague couldn't play in that fourth quarter. So he's a must-play if Teague is out. As far as point guard injuries go, that's about it. J.J. Barea has an oblique injury. He's questionable. If he's out, look for Yogi Ferrell to pick up some more minutes. Shooting guards, I really like Nicholas Batum tonight. He's 5,500. He has been a guy like Collison who is pretty consistent in terms of starting, playing minutes, and getting over 20 fantasy points. He has a good matchup against the Hawks tonight. He should see, over 30 minutes and get over 25 fantasy points in this game. He's a pretty good value player at shooting guard tonight. Another shooting guard you should be looking at is Chris Middleton. If Malcolm Brogdon is out tonight, he was out yesterday, but if he's out tonight, Middleton should see more minutes and more usage at shooting guard. Even if Brogdon's in, Middleton still plays over 30 minutes a game. He's been really good if you look at his game log. Even with Antetokounmpo back, he's been playing pretty well. He needs like 36 fantasy points to reach value. He could be a pretty good play tonight at 7,500. Like I said, Marcus Smart is out, so that could open up some minutes for Rozier if he is playing tonight. Bazemore could be a pretty decent play at 5,500. He had a really bad game last game. That could take some ownership off of him. He's definitely a risky play. More of a GPP play than anything. Small forwards, I really, really like the studs tonight. I love Antetokounmpo. He has a great matchup against the 76ers. This game's going to be very competitive. He should see over 30 minutes, of course, and he should get up towards 55 fantasy points. Antetokounmpo's a great stud to pay up for, along with Jimmy Butler. Coming back from his injury last game, he saw a great assortment of minutes, 35 minutes, and he had 45 fantasy points. I expect the numbers to stay the same in this game against a really good matchup against Atlanta. I think that Butler should play very, very well, and his price is just a little too low. So those two studs are really good small forwards to pay up for tonight. You could also look towards Jaylen Brown's way. With Marcus Smart and possibly Terry Rozier being out, Brown's going to need some more usage. He gets basically over 20 fantasy points every game. 5,500 is a pretty fair price. He's a guy you should look at as well. Power forwards, I'm looking to spend down. A couple guys that are catching my attention are Marcus Morris at 4,700. He is playing some good minutes for the Celtics. Even if he doesn't start, he comes off the bench and plays easily over 25 minutes every single game. He gets over 20 fantasy points almost every single game. So expect him to see similar things tonight. He should get up towards 25 fantasy points to reach value. He's a good cash game play in my opinion. Another cheap power forward you could look at is Ersan Ilyasova. He kind of goes under the radar. He's 4,200. He plays over 20 minutes basically every game, and he needs only 20 fantasy points to reach value. He's done that in a lot of games. He had one really bad game, but for the most part, he's pretty consistent. I think he's consistent enough to put in cash games tonight. Power forward is a good position to spend down on, in my opinion. Centers, my favorite play is Al Horford at 7,100. His price just is still too cheap for how much usage he has with the Celtics team. He basically gets the ball every single possession. He almost touches the ball more than Kyrie Irving does, and there's good reason for that. He's a great shooter, great scorer, great great passer, and he is really good on the defensive end as well. He has a good matchup against the Nuggets. He's going to have to match up against Nikola Jokic. I think it's going to be a really good matchup between those two bigs in this game. Celtics are going to need Horford to be on his game tonight if they're going to take a game away from the Nuggets on the road. So Horford's a great play. Another great play could be Marc Gasol at 7,900. He has a great matchup against the Suns. He's coming off of a fantastic game, triple-double, 55 fantasy points, and the matchup is even better tonight against the Suns. I expect Marc Gasol to eat tonight. He's a great GPP play. You could even throw him in cash games. That's going to sum it up. I like to make these videos as quick as possible to get you guys on with your day. Please like the video if it helps you out, and subscribe if you haven't. Till next time, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off. Yeah, always.